What is up? Howdy. Or, depending on where you're tuning in from, aloha. Beautiful day in Iowa today. I'm gonna try to get a ride in. Gonna do a little filming. Keeping with my 100 video challenge. I gotta pump these videos out, man. I gotta ride. I gotta ride to live. And I do. And I live to ride. So, without further ado, I'll get suited up and we'll get into it. And by get into it, I mean we're gonna go for a ride around some of the streets of Des Moines. Nothing too removed from what my normal content is. On this ride, we are gonna stop. We're gonna grab a bite to eat, and you're gonna see some wild action from cars and trailers alike. It's wild out here in these streets. Whoa, my guy, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? It doesn't look like it. That's clearly not the road you want. I think you better try again. I'm thinking about it. I better stop ahead for some gas. Oh good, there's a petrol station right there. Let's pull in, top up, and be ready to go on this ride. I don't want to leave nobody stranded, so always fill up your tank. So many choices. Do I want the empty pump or the other empty pump? Decisions. I don't know about y'all, but when I'm filming, I like to get handsy with my cameras. Hand incoming in 3, 2, 1. Alright, got some gas. Ready to go make a couple stops. Call it a day. I want you all to experience this takeoff with me. The smoothness of it. Power of it, the way it just takes off, opens up when I even effortlessly move the throttle. Microns of an inch. The bike wants to go. It needs to go. I'm the one holding it back. And that's one of the reasons I really love riding the highways, riding the freeways, riding the interstates. I mean, you don't got to worry about which direction cars are coming at you. You do got to worry about if they see you or not. That's always an ever-present danger when you're on two wheels. Do they see you? Don't they? But no, when you're on the highways, when you're on the interstates, when you're on our freeways, you don't really got to worry too much about people merging into you. You can just turn your throttle, take off. Really let the bike do all the work. It does anyway. Again, it's just me stopping it or standing in its way of going as fast as it wants to go or thinks it can. I'm the great moderator. I hold the throttle at half, maybe 3/4. Try to tell it easy into it. But we end up just flying down the highway. It's the greatest feeling. It's right up there with the glory of getting onto an airplane and taking off like some kind of king, sitting in a chair as you fly through the air at 500, 600, 700 miles an hour. That's luxury. I don't care if you're in economy class. That's luxury. Other people, and throughout history, they didn't get a say. They had access to that level of luxury. And a lot of those same people didn't have access to motorcycles. I feel bad. I feel bad for our great ancestors and the people of the pre-industrial revolution and the combustion motor, who will never have known the glory of getting to go fast on one of man's best platforms ever created. riding the city streets doesn't hit the same way. Now I just spent a minute talking about riding highways. I should address the obvious that I'm riding on the city streets. The city streets around Des Moines, they're always mellow. You can always count on that, unless it's rush hour. For about an hour and a half period, the roads are trash. The people on them don't care. They want to get home. They want to get to where they're going. They want to get through you, over you, around you, whatever has to happen for them to get to where they're going. So around 5 o'clock, I try not to be on the roads in Des Moines. But the rest of the time, they are incredibly mellow. I mean, if you struggle to drive the streets of Des Moines, it might be you. Because, I don't know, we got some of the softest traffic of anywhere I've driven in the United States. I think Tennessee had some of the wildest traffic. Them Tennesseans. I don't mean to put anybody down, disparage anybody, but I'll tell you what, if it didn't come with the turn signals on, they don't use them. Just saying. And I feel like I should say something about Iowans, because now I've highlighted another state's drivers. Iowans see yellow lights, and of course, understand it means to speed up. You're going to get a red soon. You better get through that light. That's pretty much, across the board with Iowans. Or it's been my observation anyway. The neighborhood I'm headed into is known as sort of the Birdland Marina area. There used to be a real big park with a real famous slide amongst people here in Des Moines. It was the Rocket Park. They had a big carousel up there. We used to have a lot of carousels in Des Moines. People really liked them in the 80s and early 90s. I don't think we have any anymore. But this Birdland Park, well, they got master plans for this Birdland Park. $54 million planned in construction and improvements spread across 5 major project phases. It's going to be one heck of a development. I'm not sure what all is coming in that development, what all they're changing. I assume it'll be pretty amazing. Everybody have to stay tuned in, see what happens. I'll definitely be down here filming once we get something new. What up, y'all? I'm here at one of my favorite gems here in Des Moines, Captain Roy's. They have a fire hot sausage sandwich. They got, pops on tap. They got brews on tap. They got everything you could want. A lot of bicyclists come here whenever I'm out riding, really in the mood for a hot sausage sandwich. This is where I come. If you're in Des Moines and you don't go to Captain Roy's, you're probably doing yourself a disservice. I think they also have a lot of live shows. You'd have to check local listings. But yeah, as soon as my food gets here, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna tear it up. Oh, here we are. Look at this sandwich. Oh my God, so good. Again, if you don't go to Captain Roy's when you're in Des Moines, you've done yourself a disservice. Because that is a mess and fucking amazing. That food was amazing. Gotta get me some gallows going. Ready to get back on the road. Always make sure everything's secure. Don't want to be flying down the road, have a camera go tumbling off, have your phone slip out, end up doing something catastrophic, trying to react to something that could have been avoided. Just secure your items before you take off, is all I'm saying. Today's music choice I found free, royalty free on Filmora, the editing software I use. Really reminds me of a heist. The whole time I've been putting this video together, listening to the music over and over again, because that's what happens when you're editing. I felt like Danny Ocean was about to pop through the door and say, hey, I've got a job for you. We're going to put the crew together. Reminds me of when I had John Belushi on the other day. he did that movie where he said, "We're gonna get the band back together, man." That's what this music reminds me of. Something great, something about to go down, something planned. Is it a heist? I don't know. Not coming from me. I don't have a plan. It's just the way my mind works. I grew up young, East Sider, skateboarder, watching a lot of movies. My mom worked a lot. I only saw my dad on the weekends. So I watched a lot of movies. If it came out in the 80s, I've seen it. And then I became a fan of film, a fan of cinema. Famous directors like Alfred Hitchcock, Ray Bradbury, and the like, storytellers, real good actors like Vincent Price, Peter Sellers. A fan of all things cinematic. Always interested in that end of life. Never being able to put it together till now, when technology has caught up to even the most humble amongst us, and I'm able to wrangle it into something. These crazy ideas I have into a cohesive vision of video and motorcycle and audio intertwined. I hope creating something interesting, something people want to watch or follow along to. That is my journey. The journey on two wheels. To keep my sanity, to continue recovering from the life I led, to continue trying to find absolution in a world of chaos. Is it for me? I think so. I need it. I need the clarity in life. I prefer clarity. I'd prefer to not do every video rambling and ranting. I really got to write a script on this next one. That way I just keep the plan. Keep to the effing plan, man. But we're going to be coming to the end of the video. If you're all still watching, make sure you hit that like button. I mean, I just filled 10 minutes of your time with ramblings and rants and hopefully a cohesive thought somewhere in all of that. All of that chaos, just a little diamond sticking out. As always, I thank everybody for coming along on this ride. And also, as always, I just want to say, if you're struggling out there, if you're having a tough time of it, there's help. Identify your problem. Ask somebody if they can help you out with it. It's the first step. It's the first step in getting better. I think it's there for everybody. Everybody, thank you for joining me on Bleak Rides. Oh, wait. Don't leave yet. Don't leave. No, just sit back down for a second. There's a charity event going on. It's for the Forgotten Angels. If you haven't already, go to Forgotten Angels, go to Shade Tree Surgeon, check out his channel, check out their charity, and buy a raffle ticket. You might win a motorcycle, but more importantly, you might help someone who really, really needs it. A kid who just needs a little extra financial help while they get on their feet, get their lives back together, just like I had the chance. Won't you help someone else? Something to think about. All right, now you guys can go.